Welcome to Home by Drunk by 10. This is a third and wrong where one of us chooses a movie series to watch and the other one has to watch them too. Last time it was my selection. I picked The Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, you did.
It was a mistake. I'm sorry. I realized fairly shortly after watching the first movie the series I should have picked. And hopefully I'll get a chance to pick that again for the first time.
I did not think you made a mistake after watching the first movie.
Uh-huh.
And then...
Sure, my feeling was I realized
you made a mistake.
I realized there was there was a series that I should have chosen. It would have been cool. It would have been probably bad, but I still should have chose that. I didn't realize it was a trilogy at the time, and I came upon that information, and I was like, "Oh shit! I would have picked that."
I will say, I thought maybe I had seen maybe the second one, but I definitely had not seen the second or third one. This was my first time.
I agree with that. I think I'm in the same camp. I don't think I saw the second or third one. I did definitely see the first one before.
Me too.
Let's get to the first one. The first one is The Mighty Ducks.
Yes.
It's a movie series featuring the hockey team. It's a junior youth hockey team that has to overcome things. And the NHL team, the Ducks, the Anaheim Ducks, is named after them. They're originally called the Anaheim Mighty Ducks.
Yep.
I believe. And we see at the end of the first movie, do we see the actual uniforms?
That's in my notes. I don't know. Because they wear a couple different versions of Mighty Duck uniforms, but I don't know that they ever wear the duck goalie with the that one. The
mask?
one that I think of. Yeah, the goalie mask, but looks like a duck. That's the one I think of.
Yeah, that's the original Ducks uniform.
But yeah, I don't know that they wear that in this one. Do they?
I don't think so. Because the end of the movie is spoilers. He does the triple deke, right? And he's wearing the mostly it's like the New Orleans what's it called, Carnival. It's not called Carnival. What's it called? Shit. You know, the green, the gold, and the purple.
Yes.
Colorway.
Yes.
So I think they're just wearing those.
Green.
Yes. It's green with purple and gold. Yes.
Yeah.
He's wearing that uniform. So I don't think we see the actual Mighty Ducks uniforms in this one. We do see him in the second one.
They show up until the second one. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And they also reoccur in the third as well.
Yes. Yes, they do.
So yeah, there you go. There's your base. There's your starting. And this movie series started in the early 90s. Is that right?
I didn't write down the year, but yes, I'm gonna guess early 90s. But yeah, I don't remember.
All right, so I'm a sucker for sports movies. Love sports movies, dramatic, comedic, whatever. I've always loved sports movies. I'm a huge fan. We did Major League. The first Major League movie is amazing. I love Mr. Baseball. I've loved Unnecessary Roughness. A bunch of movies. Even the Keanu Reeves XFL kind of, not XFL, like USFL kind of movie, and I've watched a lot of sports movies.
What's that Goldie Hawn Wildcats?
Oh, sure.
The
There's
one where
the.
she's a football coach. Yeah, that one's dumb.
Uh-huh. I like a lot of. Sports movies are generally the only movies that will ever make me cry. Or almost cry, I would say. Get real emotional.
One of the only movies that has ever made me cry
Uh,
is Brian's Song.
sure.
I guess it's a TV movie, but that I didn't know that story and was blindsided by where that story goes.
Oh, sure. And there's another one, The Blind Side, right?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
That didn't mean to do that,
Can
but yes.
Can you sing a little bit of Brian's song for us here? Wait a minute, is that the Jurassic Park theme song?
It might be.
All right, so I have an affinity for sports movies.
So do I. I like sports movies.
This first movie, just called The Mighty Ducks, I think, is okay.
You have nailed it right on the head. It is okay.
It's not great. Gordon Bombay, Emilio Estevez is pretty skeevy. He's a little gross all the time.
Yep.
Even when he's made good and all of that, it's just kind of like, I don't know. None of it works for me. None of it.
No. Because why would it? It's all not great.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of my notes says, I can't decide if Estevez is a great actor in that he is like playing down to the kids.
Sure.
Or is he just a fucking bad actor?
That's the one.
Like, it's like at times, because like the scenes where there's no kids,
mm-hmm.
he's not bad. Like he's an okay actor. But the minute you throw a kid in there, he's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's just awful. Yeah. I also, like you, I enjoy a sports movie, but man, this is the best of the three. I'll say that.
Yes. However, I don't think it's my favorite of the three.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It is the best, that's for sure. So we have the appearance of Jussie Smollett. I'm not sure how to say his name. Do you know his?
Yes, I have notes about him later at the end of the movie because I didn't realize. I wrote, wait, hold on. Isn't that the guy that faked the attack on himself?
Yes.
And I was like, oh, yep, it definitely is.
Yeah, that's the only thing I know about him. I know he was in a TV show, I think Empire. I have not seen Empire. But yeah, I think he was in that. And I've heard he's been praised for that role, but I have not seen it, so I can't comment. But yes, he's the brother of the... I can't remember his name. Do you remember? Here's the thing. I don't remember any of the kids' names from any of the movies.
Oh, no, me neither.
But he's not one of the main characters.
Charlie's the only one I remember the name.
Charlie's Emilio Estevez's brother. Charlie Sheen.
Wait, what?
Is that who you're talking about?
No, isn't...
Wait, there's a kid named Charlie in the movie?
Yeah, the main... the main
kid.
The main captain kid. Isn't his name Charlie?
Okay, it's not Charlie Sheen?
It's definitely not Charlie Sheen.
Who is Emilio Estevez's brother?
Yes, that is true.
Both sired by Charles. Wait, what's his name?
No.
Martin Sheen.
Martin Sheen. Yep, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Good work.
I was trying to work Charlton Heston in there somewhere. Charlton Sheen. So he is the brother of one of the main characters. I can't remember his name, unfortunately. He is not a main character, though, but his name does come up in the credits. Jesse Smollett. I'm not sure of the pronunciation.
Yeah,
anyway.
He's only in this one. He's not in the other two.
Yeah, I cannot confirm or deny.
I think.
I believe you.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's only in the first one. Because he gets replaced by oh man, I don't remember his name either.
Keenan.
The Saturday Night Live guy.
Well, no. Oh, so no. Jussie Smollett is not the main black kid in the first movie. He's his brother.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's a different dude. But he also, yes, does not come back, I don't think, for the second movie. But Keenan Allen Waynes is not the right answer.
No.
Keenan,
it's what's his name?
Oh, what's his name? He's that combination. It's like Good Burger. I've never watched Good Burger.
Yes, it's
Keenan and Kamale.
It's the Good Burger guy.
Yeah,
on Saturday Night Live.
Yes, which okay. Sorry, I don't want. In these troubling times, I don't mean to offend anybody, but it's not something I never watched Good Burger. I never watched Saturday Night Live very much. It's Keenan and Kamale or something like that. Were the two the combi.
Yes.
What is his name?
I also did not watch. It was a Nickelodeon show, I think.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't have cable, and I didn't watch Saturday Night Live a lot. But yeah, I know it's that guy.
Keenan Thompson. Well, I'm going to say I'm a big fan of Keenan Waynes. Loved in Living Color. There are some questionable things dealing with some of their offshoots, particularly White Chicks has become a touchstone. Understandable. Terry Crews has gotten a lot of shit about that. Totally understandable. But Keenan Thompson.
I'm going to bet Men on Film does not...
Hated it.
Yeah,
not. That does not get 2 snaps anymore, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was a big fan of it in color. I liked the whole Waynes family at the time, of course. But anyway, Keenan Waynes is a different actor. This is Keenan Thompson. Keenan Thompson.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So anyway, Keenan Thompson
he's not even in this movie. We're still talking about the first one, aren't we?
Are we still talking about the first one?
We can move on to the second one. That's fine with me. I don't care.
I've exhausted my extensive notes. Anyway, so he doesn't show up for the second movie. He's replaced, in theory, by Keenan Thompson, who is a Los Angeles hoodlum or something.
Yes.
He starts off as a heckler, which is just a weird.
Yeah, he just shit talks the team constantly, and then he joins them at the end. Like
after playing street hockey, they're like, "Yeah, here, you just join our team. Cool."
All
right.
But yeah, that's definitely the second. We moved on to the second one.
Do you have anything else you'd like to say about the first movie?
About the first one? No. No. I don't have anything to say about the first one.
I think the only thing I would say is there's some real bad sound effects in the first one, like just super cartoony, over the top, that are not cohesive.
Oh, you don't want to save those comments for the third one?
No, the third one is peerless.
Okay.
It is bulletproof. So the second movie, they win. The first movie, they win.
Yes, yeah.
Triple Deke works.
Yes.
And then the second movie, they go to The Goodwill Games. So the Goodwill Games, did you do any research on this at all?
Nope.
So the Goodwill Games were an initiative started by Ted Turner. I forget exactly why, but it was a thing that happened over, 10, 15 years. I forget exactly. It was to replace the Olympics. I think it might have started with the boycott of the Olympics over something the Russians did. Anyway, so the Goodwill Games were an actual thing. When I saw this, I was like, oh shit, yeah, I remember the Goodwill Games.
Yes, I remember the Goodwill Games. I just did not look into it.
Yeah, but I didn't remember the origin or if it was still going or anything like that. I don't think it is. But anyway, the Goodwill Games were a thing. They take place, this ice hockey tournament takes place in the original home of the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. And this is where we see the actual Anaheim Mighty Ducks uniforms for the first time.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Which I think look okay. I don't really like the current Ducks set, but
I don't know what they currently look like, but yeah, I don't mind. I think the duck with the
Mardi Gras. That's the word I was trying. It's not Carnival. It's
yes.
Mardi Gras. Got
yes,
it.
You were trying to say Mardi Gras. Okay.
Got it.
I don't mind the duck bill goalie mask thing. I think that's
Sure.
that's an okay look.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what they look like now.
I think they're like gray and black and orange, or something like that.
Wow, really? Wow, that's
yeah.
Huh.
And they've got a Webfoot D logo is their main logo.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, it sucks. Anyway. Yeah. So this movie, acting is bad. I had a big question. How in the world is Trinidad and Tobago number 10 in the world in junior ice hockey?
Yep, I wondered that same thing.
Too slow, big boy is one of the worst insults you can attack someone with, apparently.
Too slow, big boy. Yeah. Okay, sure. I don't know. I very much disliked both of these two movies that we're about to talk about.
This movie was terrible. Number 2 was terrible. I will get to my point as why I think D3 is my most enjoyable of the series.
Wow.
But I'm not. I am nowhere saying it is a good movie. I will say it is the most enjoyable.
You better not say it's a good movie. It's, to me, the worst. It's terrible. What? All right, let's get through this.
Two is by far the worst. 2 is the worst.
Oh God, 2 is just an unforgettable, just forgettable, just
unrememberable.
Here's the things I highlighted for number 2.
Mm-hmm.
23 minutes in, and we are into our second bad extended montage.
Mm-hmm.
Second highlight, was that Dennis Rodman? Which yes, I think it was.
Really? I don't remember that.
I'm pretty sure Dennis Rodman throws throws a ball back to them or something.
Sure. Oh yeah, that sounds familiar now.
My third note says, "Oh God, this final game is for the last 30 minutes." Next says, "This is supposed to be a comedy, and I haven't laughed once." And the knuckle puck is dumb as hell.
Oh yeah, for sure, knuckle puck. It's very effective though.
Sure, yes, it is extremely effective, but really fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did not. This is not even I'm very interested to hear you talk about the third one, which I thought was the worst. Like
Mm-hmm.
by far the worst of these three. Huh.
Good. Are you ready?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the number three, the third movie, the reason I think it's my favorite, and again, I want to
Mhm.
emphasize this: none of these movies are good.
No, yeah,
At the
none
time,
of them are
at
good.
the time, the first movie I enjoyed, I think, but I didn't enjoy it this time. The only reason I would say the third one I liked, I think is my favorite, is because it is about the kids more than any of the other movies. Which in these kind of
That is true.
in these kinds of like summer camp kids movies like American Pie or Porky's, or well, Porky's maybe a little too much, but any kind of movie that's about like this kind of thing, kids groups coming together, overcoming some sort of enemy. I hate when they are so focused on the adults. For example, the
Hmm.
first movie is about Gordon Bombay. The
Yes.
team is secondary, and it shouldn't be that way. The second movie is just a fucking pile of garbage. It's again about Gordon, but it's so loosely about him that it's like the whole thing about him like becoming Hollywood is just such garbage. It's so just tacked on,
Hmm.
but it's still meant to be like the big thing of the whole movie. It sucks. It sucks so much. The third
Hmm.
movie is terrible, top to bottom, but it is about the kids start to finish. And that's the reason I think this is, for me, the most enjoyable. And I say that with all understanding that this movie is also very bad. But it is about the kids, and it is so dumb all over the place. And it's like the bad guys are not the. It's not the bad guys are the other players. It's not the
Hmm.
other coach. You know,
Yeah.
and that for me is what all of these movies should have been. It should be the kids going against the kids, and that's what I like in these kinds of movies. Uh, this unfortunately is not a good one of those kinds of movies, but it is the reason I think it is not the worst, and it is in fact the best of the series. It's also
Hmm.
terrible.
It's also actually the worst of these three movies.
How can you say
My
that?
my second note says, I know these are kids movies, but I hate this.
It's you are not the
And
target, and that's
I know.
fine.
Yes, I know. I know I'm not the target. I know that these are not for me.
Mm.
But like, so I guess what I will point to as the, I mean, it's throughout the movies, but this is where I wrote that note,
Got it.
is the fucking Goldberg skating backwards at the beginning of this, like on the rollerblade thing,
Mm-hmm.
and he's goes backwards down the stairs,
Uh-huh.
and the dog chases him, and then he gets wrapped up in the fucking thing. Like, just that entire scene, I hated every minute of it.
Sure.
And that scene happens like that basically the entire movie. Just repeat that scene over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that scene over, and I hated it.
Mm.
So yeah, I thought this was easily the worst of the three movies.
Yeah.
But
I
I do understand what you mean
mm-hmm.
about how this one is about the kids, and yeah, the coach is just like an over the top, like barely a character. Like I
Mm-hmm.
get that, but I hated every minute. I have I have multiple notes where it just says I hate this. I hate this movie.
I
Uh,
do not have those.
God, this movie sucks is one of my notes multiple times. Yeah, I did not enjoy that movie. My very first note says, I don't want to watch this.
My very first note says, "There's no way this will be good, but let's get it done."
Because yeah, I did not like the second movie. But I did enjoy the first one. The first one I thought was good.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, like that. I thought that was an okay movie. I thought it was a little weird that the coach gets forced into coaching a team after drunk driving. That seemed a little weird to me.
Yeah, sure. The premise was pretty goofy.
But yeah,
Uh,
I liked the first one. I thought it was good.
to be clear, I think the first movie is the best movie.
Yeah,
By far.
so do I.
I think, but for me, and like maybe this is because I've seen the first movie before, but yeah, the third movie,
I'm pretty sure I had seen the first one before.
yeah, I'm not saying because you did. I'm saying in my personal case, maybe this is because I had seen the first movie before, but I enjoy. God, enjoy is such a loaded word. Uh, I thought that D3, the Mighty Ducks, or whatever the fucking dumb name it is.
Oh no, yeah, it's called D3, The Mighty Ducks, which is a fucking terrible name.
Which was my favorite of the series. I don't want to watch any of them ever again, but if I had to watch any of them ever again, it would be the first one again, probably.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, I thought I really so the third movie is the one I had the most notes for. Like I said, it's gonna be bad, but let's get done.
That's crazy to me. You took the most notes on the third one? What?
It's none of them were a lot. None of them were a lot of notes.
I mean, me too. I have a 1 page of notes for 3 movies, and the third one I have like maybe 6 lines. It's barely.
I've got, so here we go. I'll read you off some of my notes. Athletic scholarships for all of them. Wow, that was one of my notes. Also, wow, didn't expect the warrior name was going to be politicized. So,
oh sure, yeah.
I think that's the most relevant part of any of these movies to the current situation, right, especially this past week. But then they show the logo, and I said, "Oh, okay, yeah, sure, that makes sense." Mm-hmm. But I was surprised that in whatever 1994 or whatever that this was even a thing in the movie. Also, I was surprised that the Anaheim Mighty Ducks being named after them was canonized in this movie.
Yeah, they brought. Yeah, I thought that was a little weird too. Mm-hmm. That they were like, oh yeah, they named an NHL team after us.
Yeah.
And then they're the JV team at this private high school. Like, what?
And then I was very surprised that we saw Gordon appear later in the movie. That they
I did not think, I thought he was just gonna show up at the beginning. Like, mm-hmm. It seemed like, okay, he's just gonna show up here at the beginning and that's it. Like,
yep, contractual obligation fulfilled.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I did not expect to see that extended scene with all of his old team, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Then also my last note is, holy shit, that seems dangerous. And this is about flipping the dude into the crowd with his fucking razor sharp ice skates.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
That was my last.
My last note says, I don't understand this trash thing.
Oh, picking up the trash?
Yeah, the whole trash. Yeah, I was like, what, why, what is this about?
Yeah, it's the same as Mr. Miyagi and wax on, wax off.
Uh-huh.
All right, I think we're done with the Mighty Ducks.
Agreed.
I don't know. Okay, I'm going to ask you this, I guess. But is this one of the best 3 movie trilogies and/or beyond in history?
I can't see the list, but there's no way.
Don't need to read it.
This is there's no way.
No way.
In the top 3. I don't know what's in the top 3. There's no way. This is
I don't know what's in the top 3 either. I think
I barely liked one of these movies.
I think Karate Kid? Did we do that? We did it, right?
Yeah, I think it's Karate Kid.
John Cazale movies?
The Dollars trilogy is the one.
Yes, sure, yeah.
Friday did not make it.
No, because the first movie's amazing and the rest of them are garbage.
Yeah, the rest are terrible. Yeah, I think it's the John Cazale movies.
Uh-huh.
That one's in there. That's one of the top 3. I don't remember what the other one is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Dollars, John Cazale, and maybe Karate Kid. We do Karate Kid in both this and the other one.
I don't know.
I think we did.
We must have.
No, we definitely did because I remember watching.
We've watched all the Karate Kid for sure.
And we wouldn't have watched those for the 5-bagger, so it would have been for this. But did that make the top 3? It must have.
I don't know. The first movie's good, but the others are...
That's true. Yeah, Friday didn't make it.
The first movie is technically the best movie ever made.
Others are bad.
Hold on, I've got it. Oh, no. Okay, it's the Dollars trilogy, then Mad Max.
Oh, yeah. The
then
Mad Max
John Cazale was also in 3 other movies.
Yeah. Huh.
Okay.
Yeah, well, all right. Karate Kid didn't make it. Mighty Ducks also not gonna make it.
No?
No.
All right. I'm sharing you this screen. Here we go. Next movie is going to be determined by our next movie series. Can you see this?
I do.
All right. Next movie series is going to be determined by...
Where am I looking? Oh, on the left.
A chug-off.
Oh, great. Okay.
You have a beverage?
I do.
Is this something you could chug?
It's a tall boy.
Is it?
What are you wearing? I only have tall boys.
Is it opened?
No. Well.
Wait.
I've got an open one that I could definitely just pound.
All right, let's do the open one because
this one's.
We're gonna do the open one.
Well, okay, this one is like half a second from being done.
But that doesn't mean shit because we don't know who's gonna be picked.
Sure.
If you finish before me, then who knows.
Otherwise, yes, I have to open a tall boy.
Do you want to spin again?
No.
So I'm not going to open a new tall boy to chug this off. I'll chug the remaining part of this off, and I will lose.
Yeah, you're going to lose because there's barely anything in here.
All right, let's do it. Ready? Go.
Okay. Done. Oh, wait, what? Are you... What? Where are you?
Okay. Let me get a little tissue. Got some in my beard. Okay, I lost, so I am less. You won, so you are more, right? Or what is it? Most, least. I'm least, you're most.
Most and least, yeah.
I'm least, you're most. Ready?
Yep. Yes.
Spin him. I'm least, you're most. You son of a bitch. That could not have been any closer. Here's the good thing. Here's the good thing. I have a very good quadrilogy that I would like to do, but also I would really like another shot at a trilogy. So if you take this trilogy and then I get the next shot, I'm totally happy with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I'm gonna take my. I'm gonna pick mine.
Yeah, no problem. Of course. How would you ever pass up a trilogy?
Yeah, exactly. And like I told you, this has been on my list of trilogies from the beginning. This is one of the first ones I wrote down.
Mm-hmm.
You want to tell you, or you want to try and guess?
Can I take a shot right away?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Is it Back to the Future?
No.
Is it? All right. Is it? Are each of the movies long, or are they short?
I don't know.
Okay, you don't know, so that's enough information. Thank you.
Okay, there you go.
I had another guess.
I will say it's not a trilogy like your first guess was
in name.
Back to the Future. It's not. It's not that kind of trilogy.
Good. I like that. I like those. Is it okay? I got it. It's the Ken Burns triumvirate trilogy. We have to watch every episode of baseball and every episode of the Civil War and every episode of the national parks, and that's like 700 hours of movies.
Yeah, I was gonna say, see you in a year after we finish doing that.
Which, by the way, I have seen every episode of all of those series already.
I also have seen all of those as well. Wait, no. I don't think I've seen all of the national parks one, but yes, no, it's not.
I had another guess originally, but I don't remember what it is now, so you're going to have to give me a hint. You can give me a hint of genre, era, director or actor that's featured. Is it the Evil Dead series?
No, it's not.
Is it something to do with John Carpenter?
To give a hint, no.
Is it horror?
John Carpenter. No, it's not horror.
Okay.
Well, I've only seen one of the 3 movies we're gonna watch.
Do you think I've seen one or more of the movies in this trio?
I'm gonna guess you've seen one of them, maybe. But I don't know for sure.
Okay.
50s? How about that? I think they're all from the 50s.
Okay, the Greaser movies. Is it a James Dean trilogy?
Yes.
Is one of the movies Rebel Without a Cause?
No, you nailed it. It's James Dean.
Wait, hold on. Rebel Without a Cause. Giant. And
yeah, he was in one. Well, he was in a bunch of other movies, but not named. So he was named in 3 movies.
What's the last
Rebel
movie?
What's
the first
Giant,
letter of the last movie? It's like it's like a driving movie.
It's the first movie he was named in. It starts with an E.
Every Which Way But Loose. No. East to Eden. No. What the fuck?
Yeah. What did you say?
East to Eden. No.
Yeah, close enough. East of Eden.
East of Eden. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. East of Eden. Rebel Without a Cause, and then Giants.
Okay.
And then he died.
Yeah. R.I.P. Huh?
So yeah. Those are the 3.
I have seen. I don't know if I've seen East of Eden. I might have, but I've definitely seen.
I've seen Rebel Without a Cause before.
I've seen Rebel Without a Cause, and I've seen Giant.
Oh, I have not seen Giant.
Giant is a long ass movie, and I'll say this up front: I fucking loved that movie when I saw it.
Okay.
But I will also say I was heavily medicated because I just had all 4 of my wisdom teeth removed. So we'll see how it goes this time.
I've only seen Rebel Without a Cause, but I liked that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was good.
Mm-hmm.
But those he was in a bunch of like movies before that, but like side character, like not main characters. So,
Yeah, sure.
the three James Dean movies that he was James Dean in.
Nice.
Yep.
All right, that's it, folks. Welcome.
Welcome to the show.
That's it, folks. Welcome to Home I Drank My 10. This is a 3-bagger where we watch a trilogy of movies. This last one was The Mighty Ducks. It was bad.
Oh God, it was.
If you have to watch one of the movies, you should watch the first one.
Uh-huh.
If you want inspiration to make a good movie, you should watch the third one.
Okay.
But don't watch any of them.
Don't watch the second one.
What you should watch, you should never watch the second one. What you should watch instead is The Karate Kid, or Ladybugs. Fucking watch Ladybugs. Have you ever seen Ladybugs?
Oh, man, that is so weird that you bring that up. I thought about Ladybugs this week watching these fucking movies.
You should watch Ladybugs instead of The Mighty Ducks.
I didn't watch it, but I did wonder, is Ladybugs better than this?
Okay, so here's the thing. I haven't seen it in 25, 30 years, so I'm going to say there could be problematic scenes.
It has Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah.
And
so who knows? If you watch Ladybugs, take caution, is all I'm going to say, but it's probably better than any of these. Probably. I'm not standing behind that. So enjoy Ladybugs and if Ladybugs and the Karate Kid had a baby, it would be the Mighty Ducks.
Instead of watching any of those, just watch Major League, the first one. It's really good.
The first one's really good.
Don't go past the first.
I love also Mr. Baseball. There's a couple of problematic things in that movie nowadays, but it's still good. It makes me happy. So check it out.
I haven't seen Mr. Baseball in a while, but yeah, I like that movie.
I feel like whatever that Rock movie was way back in the day when he was a professional football player, but he took care of a little girl and he wore a tutu. It's not the Tooth Fairy.
What?
It's something like the Tooth Fairy.
I don't know what this is.
Wait. I think the Tooth Fairy might be Vin Diesel.
I don't know. I don't know.
Check it out, everybody. Seabiscuit. I like Seabiscuit.
Okay, are we just naming out sports movies?
I watched the 24-Hour War, which was a documentary about Ford versus Ferrari.
Uh-huh.
I have not watched Ford versus Ferrari yet, but I will. What's that Ayrton? Oh no, not Ayrton. It's Niki Lauda and James Hunt movie. What's that called?
Oh, Rush.
Rush. Watch. Yeah, everybody should watch Rush.
Rush is good. That's a good time.
We've reviewed Shaolin Soccer. Is that the name of that movie we did for the 5-bagger?
Yes, Shaolin Soccer.
I didn't really like it much, but you might.
I think it's better than D2 and D3.
I would agree with that. Sure.
I don't know that it's better than Mighty Ducks, but I think it's on around the same level.
Have you seen Bend It Like Beckham? Isn't that a movie?
I have, a long time ago.
Is that good?
I don't remember.
I watched some other soccer movie thing, like on Netflix. It's about something, some teams that happened.
Yes,
There's
definitely.
another there's another one that I've been meaning to check out. I haven't yet. So, thanks for watching our movie podcast.
Where we don't know the names of most movies.
Yep.
All right. Next up is James Dean.
James Dean, and
Get
we're
your
gonna go.
50s
We're gonna
on.
play. We're gonna play some video games.